So I recently went to a trip to Costa Rica. Now, why am I sharing with you that I went to a trip to Costa Rica? It's definitely not that I'm starting a new business in terms of travel advice. The reason I went to Costa Rica was because of one book. And this is what I want to talk to you today about. The book is The Power of Regret by Daniel Pink. So regrets are things that we wish we would have done. We tend to regret more things that we didn't do versus things that we actually do. And studies have shown that 95% of the regrets that we have as human beings are things that are within our control. We just didn't do it. That's it. So why am I telling you that this book made me go to Costa Rica? First, Costa Rica has been on my list of places to see for a while now. And in the book, they talk about, it's the largest study on regret that was ever made in the world. And Daniel Pink takes the regrets and puts them into 4 very specific categories. Foundation regrets. For example, I wish I would have studied more. I wish I would have really made an effort in school. That's a foundation regret. Boldness regret. I wish I would have done this, done that. I wish I would have been bolder in my life. Moral regrets. I wish I didn't cheat on my wife, on my husband. So actions that we took that are against our values, our morals. And connection regrets. I wish I would have stayed in touch with my family. With my friends, I wish I would have reconnected. You know, I had this friend, life threw us apart, but I wish I would have reconnected with them. So the way that the book and Daniel Pink in his book brings regrets is in a positive way. Because realistically, regrets, there's 2 ways that we can handle them. Either I can beat myself on the head with them, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I could use it as a firecracker under my buttocks and do something about it. So in the book, the emphasis on regret is really on how to use regret that we all have, and how to use them as a firecracker. So, which brings me back to Costa Rica. Boldness regrets. There's so many things I wish I would have done. I didn't have the guts to do it. I was waiting, when I get married, I'll do it with my husband, or I'll do it with a friend when a friend wants to go, and I'll do it when. Boldness regrets. So as you may have known, and I've spoken about this other beautiful book in the past, I'll make sure to put the link of this one as well. So the combination of these 2 books is really bringing me to live my life as how do I want to tell myself my life on my last breath? What are the stories that I want to be able to tell myself, not the others, not my kids, not my friends, not my family, not my community, not my clients? What do I want to be able to tell myself? And how I want to tell myself how I lived my life, if I decide now what I want to tell myself later on, it influences what I do now. Because it's funny, because everything that we do in life, we manage it as a project. If I'm building a house, I know what it's going to look like. If I'm going on a trip, I know the memories that I want to build, that I want to create, the activities, what do I want to come back from that? So we think with the end in mind, thank you, Stephen Covey, for pretty much everything in our life except our life. So for me, putting these 2 books together is helping me live my life how I want to tell myself. You know, when we ask people, what are your regrets? A lot of people will say, oh, you shouldn't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. They made it who I am today. True, but not true. Yes, it builds who we become, but yet we all have regrets. Regret is not a negative word when we use it as a firecracker. Regrets are sentences that start as, I wish I would have done more of. I wish I would have done less of. I wish I would have. Those are the tipping point. These are signals that these are regrets that we have. And again, there's a beauty in it when I use it as a firecracker and get me going, get me to do whatever the boldness that I didn't do, like take a trip, just like that. Just go for it. Reconnect with a person that I haven't been connected with. So there's a beauty in regrets when we use it the right way. And one thing that I love in Daniel Pink's books, where he talks about regrets also give us a signal on what are our values. So for me, fun is something that is really important for me. I don't want to live life. I want to thrive my life. So boldness regret is actually shedding light on the value that I have of fun, thriving, because so much more is possible is not just a tagline. It's truly my mission, because I fundamentally believe that we underestimate what we're capable of doing. This is why my entire brand exists. This is what I do. What I do is to show people that so much more is possible. So regrets are there to also shed light on what's really important for us. Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it education? Is it fun? Is it making a difference, giving a contribution? So can we please now stop thinking of regrets as a bad thing and use them really as a firecracker to help us realign with our life and thrive our life? So I often say there's like 3 levels. There's people who survive their life, there's people who live their life, and there are people who thrive their lives. I'll let you guess which category I want to be in. So I will put in below the video that I did about this book. And I want you to shed light on what are your regrets. What are the regrets that you currently have? What are regrets that you're moving towards? I wish I would have. Ask yourself that question. And then let's do something about it. Because it's nice to know that the regrets that we have. It's even better to do something about it. I hope you liked this episode. Please, if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who is living or moving towards a regret, share them this episode, share them the book. They will be grateful for it. Now, your mission for this week is shed light on what are your regrets. Do something about it. Because when we know what are the regrets that we have, what are the things that we wish we would have, and we actually do something about it, that's when we see that in life, so much more is possible. Thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday.